As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 114 of Running the Red Line. I am your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. We're back.
We're back, baby. We are back. How does this work again? It's been a while since we've done one, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same.
I bet you £5 says we do something wrong, like we forget to press record. Are we definitely recording? Because we have done that before. Do you remember we did one? And
yes.
It was a 2.5 hour job.
Yeah.
And you watched it and you watched and listened to it back and you were like, there was a problem. So we've got to do it all again. Yeah. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So it has happened.
I'm cutting out. Yeah.
Yeah, it has happened.
Are you feeling fully refreshed?
I think so. So much so, I've turned into you. I've grown a moustache.
Yeah, after I was moaning a few pods back about how everyone's got a moustache now, and I might shave mine off.
There's one more of us.
You take suits, yeah.
I did it for like I was going to keep it for like a day, and it's kind of my new look. I feel like I'm
That's exactly what happened to me though. I did it because it was funny, and I was running Birmingham half. And I was like, moustaches make you faster, don't they? And I was going to have it just for the half. And then I ended up keeping it. And I've had it for that was like 2022, 23. Was it 22? Yeah. So yeah, 4 years ago.
Oh yeah. Was that the race when?
That was my first YouTube race video.
Do you remember when you did a race in... You know the one when you got lost? I know there's been a few.
Yeah, and I shaved it off, and I was like Samson, lost all of my powers because I shaved my moustache off.
You were like a team in Space Jam. You'd had all your powers taken from you. And if you look back at that video now, I'm going to search it because I don't think I'd recognise you with long, floppy, curly hair.
Yeah,
with nothing on your face. That would be a Brett Elesmore I don't recognise. Right, Obi-Wan, Redditch. What was it? The 10K.
It was the Kingfisher 10K. Yeah,
Redditch Kingfisher. Yeah, that's. Right, I think I've just put Redditch Kingfisher, but it's still come up anyway. You've made sure you've covered all your bases on your keywords because you've still come up. You put Kingfisher in. There he is. Look at this guy. Right, I've got to watch your video first. Hang on. Oh, look at the old start to the old Obi-Wan videos.
Oh, but is this me getting up out of bed?
With the old Mickey Mouse, the hand. And then, I wonder if we'll get a blind opening in a minute. Let's have a look.
Yeah, probably.
Will we? Hang on, what are you doing? Because you're just filming yourself in bed. Oh, there we go.
The same, weren't they?
Look at that. Look at that. Look at who is that?
Yeah, you are doing some exercises on the floor. Whilst Boba looks at me funny.
Do you still do that before your race days?
Not as much now. No, I do that in the evenings at night before I go to bed.
That's some pretty good discipline to do all your dynamic. Well, what would you call them? Stretches. As soon as
Yeah,
you wake up.
yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah.
it?
That those times have long gone. Now I'm just out of bed and then get to the race and just run.
Well, when I saw you when I picked you up when we went to no, when I came for you for a lift and your folks took us up to Two Castles. Look at
Yeah.
this. Who is this? Who is this? I'm so you are missing out if you are listening to this. Because look at this guy. Look at you. That is not you. That is an imposter. So you do actually have a face. That is absolutely
Yeah.
bizarre.
Big, massive face.
Underneath. But one thing I have noticed from that's what I was going to say. When I came to yours and knocked on the door,
Yeah.
you were like, I've just walked down the stairs and basically gone, ah, every step I've taken down the stairs. So I don't know if any stretches got done that morning or not, or you.
No, no,
Yeah.
definitely not. But yeah, my legs have not been good recently. But there we go.
Yeah. I always think that's a good sign when you're in chronic pain a few minutes before a race. I think that's a really good sign.
I ran down to Parkrun the other week. Oh, when was it? Well, it was one of the ones when I did Arrow Valley, and I set off from the house, and I got like not even 100 meters in, and I was like, "This is horrendously painful." I'm at like, I'd say I was at an 8 or a 9 on the pain scale. How bad my legs felt.
Wow.
And I carried on going for another little bit, and I was like, "This is seriously bad. I should turn around and go back home." And instead, I carried on running down to Parkrun, ran Parkrun, and then ran home.
And then did a race the day after.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Honestly,
Well,
at some points recently, my legs, it has felt like both of my legs were broken, like snapped. That's how
oh my
painful it's been at some points starting runs. It's not been good.
that I'll be honest, that's not good.
No.
That isn't good. So shall we then dive straight into that?
Yes.
Into your well, I wouldn't say constant, but you found yourself in pain quite
Yes.
often, haven't you?
It has been pretty much constant, as in like walking up and down the stairs has been painful. And it's like it's all in my lower legs, so like my calves and my Achilles, and then all down the front along my shin bone and my shin muscle, and it's tight and it's really nervy pain, and like every step when I go up and down stairs, it's like someone stabbing me or something like that. It's really weird. But a couple of weeks ago, it got so bad, like I said, and then I went out on a Sunday for a run, and it took about 10 mile before my legs felt half decent. And then because they started to feel okay, I thought I actually want to run now. So I did another 5 mile, and it just wasn't good. And I was like, it was the Sunday after I'd just done that 3K track race.
Yeah.
And I think that the track race was the final nail in the coffin. I think that was what sent me over the edge. And I thought I need to take some time off running because my legs aren't getting any better. They're just constantly feeling terrible. So they are feeling ever so slightly better because I've been doing cycling a bit more over the last couple of weeks. So I've been doing a little bit of running, but not huge amounts, and I've been doing a load of cycling. But they still don't feel great. And I was saying to you on the pod before the pod, the pre-pod pod, that the algorithm on Instagram served me up a video yesterday, which made me stop and think. And then I went, oh, that's interesting. So I started doing some Googling and some research. and I found lots of other people basically describing my symptoms and the issues I've been having and putting it down to one thing in particular. And I started then thinking about it, and I think it could be a possibility. So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to do a bit of an experiment. I'm not going to change anything exercise-wise. I'm still going to do the same amount of exercise that I have been doing and see if things change over the next couple of weeks.
Right.
So I know I've been quite cryptic in that because I want you to try and work out what it could be. So I'm going to try and get you to guess. But halfway through my training for London is when it all started, wasn't it? And I started to get all of this lower leg pain. And that's why I had to cycle for the last few weeks of marathon training before I did London. My legs still weren't great going into London, and they've never been right since. Can you remember back on the pod, halfway through training, so around late February time, there was one thing that I started doing which I'd never done before, and it's the only thing I've changed that I can think of that could possibly be it. And then all of this research I've been doing is sort of backed up my thinking. What was one thing we chatted about that I'd never used or taken before? And I thought I'd give it a go because some people wrote in.
Bicarb?
No. No, not bicarb.
What, like something along the lines of a massage gun? Like it was a product?
No,
it was a thing?
No, it was something to take rather than something to use.
What, a supplement? Like
Yeah.
You're not into your Nomio, your beetroot, are you? Can't be that.
No. No, it's something that
like B12, like that vitamin.
No, it's something that endurance athletes don't necessarily use. It's normally used by bodybuilders and sprinters and people who do like weight training and things. Yeah.
Oh yes, you used to have it in your shakes, didn't you, and stuff? And
yeah, so I've been taking
workouts.
I've been taking creatine for the last few months.
Yeah.
And the algorithm served me up a video that was a guy saying, I have had horrific lower leg pain. And he was calling it compartment syndrome, where the different compartments of the lower leg are like hurting and they're like swollen and things like that.
Yeah.
And he said that he had been having real bad lower leg pain. He stopped taking creatine, and within 2 weeks, he was able to run pain-free.
No way.
So I then started doing some research and found loads of people who have said exactly the same. And basically, creatine, because I was chatting to my dad the other day as well, and I was like, I haven't really changed my diet, but I've been eating bad, but I've not been overeating. I've been eating bad, but I've put loads of weight on. And creatine holds water into your body, so you put loads of water weight on.
Okay.
So I probably haven't actually gained weight through anything else other than holding on to more weight. And apparently the way that creatine works is it holds on to water in your muscle. So then your muscle
makes you look a bit jacked, doesn't it? Like creatine can make you look swollen, can't it?
I don't really know how it works, but apparently it holds on to water within your muscles.
Okay.
And then if you think about it, if all of your muscles within your lower leg are then holding on to more water and they're bigger and they've got nowhere to go, they're just going to constantly push against all of the nerves and all of the bones and everything. And there's loads of people saying like it felt like I'd got shin splints, or I thought it was a stress fracture, or I've got real bad nerve pain down in the bottom of my leg.
Right.
So I don't know. It could be that I've had an adverse like reaction to creatine, and if I stop it, apparently it takes about 2 weeks to get rid of it out of your system.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do an experiment and stop taking it and see if it cures. Because also online, there's lots of people who say, don't be so stupid. Creatine is the most researched supplement in the industry, and it only does good things. But there are possible side effects. Like you can get GI distress and feel sick, or have bad stomach and things and other stuff. So you never know. It's the one thing I changed, and from that moment when I started taking it, I started to get lower leg pain, and I've had it constantly since.
How interesting. You know who's going to be the happiest to hear this if this goes big on the internet? Electrolyte companies. It will give them a break. Because they're getting hammered at the moment, the electrolyte companies, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's interesting then. So creatine, what is it, the concentration of it that you've been having? Is it the amount or?
No, I've just been taking like the standard dose, like between 4 and 5 grams a day. And yeah.
Imagine if you've just like started a massive, expose on a really popular supplement like creatine.
But it could be that I'm one of the rare people that it affects, because it's been proven to be really good for strength athletes and sprinters and people like that who need to build muscle.
Right.
And it's only recently that endurance athletes have started taking it for the recovery benefits and things like that. But then it's also being pushed at the moment massively within social media, because it improves brain function. So people are doing it to be more switched on and to be more alert.
No way.
Day to day.
Right.
So loads of people have got into taking it, but I might be one of the rare people who doesn't react very well to it.
Yeah, it could be one of the unlucky ones.
So
because you just expect a supplement like that.
Yeah.
To just.
Yeah, if it's really the most
good,
researched supplement, and people have been taking it for years and years and years and years, you would think that if there was any problems with it, people would know about it and you'd hear about it. But I've never heard about that before. But as soon as you research it on the internet, it comes up everywhere.
Well, we've had a few people, haven't we, write in about creatine, haven't we? And that would be interesting to hear if they can sympathise with any of the aches and pains that you've been having.
Yeah. So, is there anyone else out there who has taken creatine and they've not had a good reaction to it, or that it's caused them issues? Because I don't know whether it is, but I'm going to stop taking it, and in 2 weeks we'll see whether the pain starts to subside.
Yeah. Are you tempted to I wonder if you could lead a one-man charge, bringing down the market, bringing down the industry of the creatine industry.
That's what the video that was on Instagram. That's what he was basically saying. He was like I don't know if he was a doctor or like a science researcher, and he was saying, if you've had this issue, please get in touch with me, because I want to start trying to get some information together to see whether it is an actual thing. So
I reckon, make up a load of lies, put the word doctor in front of your name, and then give Diary of a CEO a DM and say you're an expert in your field. He'll have you on next week.
Yeah.
It's all about optimizing performance, isn't it? Oh, do you know what? He's been getting absolute hammering lately, hasn't he? The old what's his name? Stephen Bartlett.
But so he should, because he has basically recently he's been given a platform to contradicting medical people constantly. Whereas one week someone will come on and say this thing's really good for you and you need to do this, and then the next week he has somebody else on that says, do not, whatever you do this because it's really, really bad for you.
Yeah.
And he's constantly getting on guests that are constantly contradicting each other.
Yeah. It's just a circus, isn't it? Like, because I don't know how maybe we do fall into this trap, but we don't, because we don't really get that many guests on. But when you're a podcast and you're a one-person podcast, you obviously need guests, and it's an entertainment business really at the end of the day, isn't it? So you need the subject material to be engaging, controversial sometimes, or a lot of the time. And I mean, how do you actually become an expert in your field? Like, how do you prove that you're an expert? You could just make a load of stuff up, couldn't you?
Very, very much so. But like, it's strange how his podcast went, because when he started, it was Diary of a CEO, and he got loads of CEOs of companies on and interviewed them, and it was all about business. And then he started to have celebrities on, and some of the celebrity interviews are really good. Like he had one with what's his name?
Jimmy Carr.
Yeah, Jimmy
That
Carr.
That was excellent.
On. And
he's a very philosophical man, isn't he?
Yeah, it was such a good episode. But then recently he's turned into this like science
optimizing
guy.
Well, he's gone kind of viral lately in the bad. Well, it's no such thing as bad publicity for him, really, is there? But he's gone kind of massively global in so many households at the moment, because he's gone one up on Joe Wicks, saying that you only need a banana and a glass of water, or you don't need any water to do a marathon. Yeah. He has said that he had 3 glasses, or was it sips of wine?
Yeah, I don't know what he had. I think it was like a glass of wine, and it ruined his life.
Yeah, he's never been the same since. Get a grip, Steve-O. You absolute lightweight. You got a bit drunk. You embarrassed yourself. You probably said a few flippant remarks to a few family members. You got asked to leave a party, and now you're trying to justify it. I think that's it. Really, it's like it's creating a mentality that is so soft, isn't it? By doing the opposite. You're trying to harden people, but all you're doing is softening them. If you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you know that like Royal Marines commando kind of theory of get out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and then go for a 58-mile run,
like David Goggins.
So that mentality is ridiculous, isn't it? It's not real. Like you cannot apply that to yourself. Majority of people cannot apply that logic. And if you do, you could probably argue that are those people happy doing it? I don't know. They'll probably tell you that they are, but you feel like saying, "Go and have a Big Mac, mate. You probably enjoy it, and you won't die. Go and have a glass of wine or a beer. You probably won't die."
David Goggins is probably a secret eater. He goes home and just stuffs himself full of junk food.
Why do you think he does 100 milers every week? Because he's hitting the dominoes hard, isn't he? But I don't know.
Yeah, but like, Stephen Bartlett's gone the opposite. Rather than like doing all that hard stuff, he's like, "Oh no, I can't do anything that slightly strays off the path, because it's going to absolutely ruin."
Could you imagine
everything that I've put in place?
Boring your life would be. Living like that.
Exactly.
Like, no takeaways, no sugary drinks, going to bed at 8:30 at night every night, going to like the same old stuff. We can't do that. I think that's the point with these so-called podcasters. They're like the least rock and roll people you've ever met in your life, aren't they? You just think, what are you going to tell me a fascinating anecdote about about some grapes you bought last week or something? It's like, they were overripe and therefore too sugary or something like that. I don't know, it's like I'll never. I don't want to I don't think I'll ever turn into a good old Steve-O Bartlett, but I don't think I'll ever turn into a person like that.
Yeah.
I like food too much. I like takeaways too much. And I still haven't
Yeah.
worked out if I run to eat or eat to run, because my diet hasn't changed. If anything, it's got worse since I've become a runner. Like, we were talking earlier about the Big Five. I reckon we should do that, the Big Five challenge.
Yeah. That'd be good.
I genuinely not only reckon I could do that, I reckon I could do it like once a week or something. So the Big Five challenge is, well, it's not a running challenge. It's in no particular order.
In the same day.
Yeah, in the same day. It's a McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's a KFC.
Yeah.
It's a pizza from any nominated fast food pizza restaurant. It's a Chinese, and then it's a curry. It's an Indian.
Yeah.
What order, if you were going to do let's say a marathon, because there are people on social media that have done this already.
Yeah.
They've done a marathon whilst integrating those five. What would be your lineup and why?
Well, you'd have to leave
And when would you take the breaks?
You'd have to leave the curry till last. You can't be running a marathon on a curry.
You can't, no. And you've got to be wearing dark black. You've got to be wearing black. I'd actually probably, even in this weather, I'd probably go leggings. Just in case.
Yeah. So curry's got to be last, and then because of that as well. Although no,
it's got Mackey's first, I reckon. Because that's the lightest.
I was going to say Chinese second to last, but it depends what you have from the Chinese. So
we're going to have to start this, I think, because no Indian restaurant or Chinese is open before 5. You just can't. So you're going to have to start this marathon about 3:00.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
so it's got to be Mackey's first, isn't it?
If you had a like a tactical Chinese meal, it would be like a fried rice with some sort of meat in it. So chicken fried rice or something like that.
Hang on, have you gone into the Chinese sector? When are you having that?
So that's what I'm saying. Like for running with, you wouldn't go for a Chinese curry or something like that. No. If you're running, you'd go for a chicken fried rice. So something bland and plain rather than spicy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's too much of a cop out to have like chicken balls.
Yeah.
Because that's quite close to a KFC, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But what I do, I'd go McDonald's first. I'd have and you've got to have a sizable portion as well, otherwise it's not worth doing. So I'd probably go for my standard 2 double cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a Coke Zero. I think that's what I'd start with, and that's before. Yeah. That's before a mile or a K has even been run. So that's what I'm going for.
Okay. I'll go for 20 nuggets.
Yeah, that's yeah, that is that's a good start. Then personally, I'm going to KFC next. I think that's what I'm doing. Or are you going Domino's or Pizza Hut?
I'd probably go pizza. Yeah.
I wouldn't even consider Domino's because of the salt content. Could you imagine the color of your head? You would look like you'd just been rock climbing with all chalk all over your face, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine the amount of salt you'd sweat? No need for any electrolytes on that marathon.
So I was going to say, yeah. Yeah. No, but we've had this conversation. We've had this conversation before. It's got to be Pizza Hut. You can't be having Domino's.
No, it would have to be
Pizza Hut. If you've got a choice of pizza, it's Pizza Hut every time.
Now, unfortunately, so just skip McDonald's. I would go for I'm a variety meal. I'm a 3-piece variety meal kind of guy.
Oh, this KFC, because you just said McDonald's.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. So Mackey's was my cheeseburgers. KFC, I'd have my 3-piece variety meal, and with that, you get a spicy wing as well. 2 spicy wings, which could be a problem. Yeah. But we'll deal with that. We'll hope to deal with that, or not have to deal with that.
I would normally, if I was going to KFC, I'd have a Zinger Tower meal, but I'll probably have just a Tower meal. I'll
Yeah,
get rid
that's
of the
safe.
zinger bit. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the zinger? Does that make it spicy?
It's a spicy chicken fillet in it, and then you get 2 hot wings with it as well.
I'm showing my need to go to KFC school there because I've never had a zinger tower.
Oh, it's amazing. And the tower bit is they put hash brown on the burger. That's why it's a
making me
tower.
hungry. This is making you wouldn't get this on Diary of a CEO, would you?
Have you?
And then
Talking of KFC, have you ever had a double down burger?
no, not yet. No, are they good?
They're all right. It's just very weird having 2 pieces of chicken rather than a bun.
Oh, so what's in between then? What's the filling? A piece of bread.
No, I think it might be something like a hash brown or something like that, but there's no bun. It's just the pieces of chicken replace the bun.
Okay, right. I do apologise to any vegetarians and vegans of our listeners,
Yeah.
but I wonder if you could do this quite calorifically on a vegan diet. You probably could because they do make some
Yeah.
vegan. But as a vegan, I wonder if you'll struggle at the Chinese. I don't know.
Rice is
No.
vegan, so you could have vegetable fried rice.
Actually, yeah. Yeah, at the Chinese, I'm going Chinese next and then Indian last. I think that has to be done.
Yeah.
But
But in Indian is after you've finished the run, so you sit down as the recovery.
That's your okay, yeah. So at the Chinese, then, I think I'm with you on that. I think I go chicken fried rice. You going spring rolls? Oh, what a save! Sorry, I've got the football on. Australia. It's last minute as well from it's Australia v Egypt. We'll get to this in a bit because Amelia from Australia has written the best email in, and she's given us some great.
How are the Socceroos doing?
It is currently with 94 minutes on the clock. Is 1-1, and there's 5 minutes of injury time, and they're playing Egypt. Egypt have got a corner, and Australia.
Is Mo Salah in Egypt?
Yes,
is that right? Yeah.
He's just had a shot, and the keeper's just saved it. But the keeper has just performed an amazing save. So anyway, it's one. Looks like it's going to extra time. But back to the Chinese. Should we? I'm going to go spring rolls. I'm going to have some spring rolls from the Chinese. I think chicken forest, and I'm a big fan of Chinese chips. Chips from the Chinese. I don't know why they taste so much better, but they always do from the Chinese, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think it's the oil they're cooked in.
Yeah. And then Indian. So you sat down, you're in the curry house, you can choose whatever you want to celebrate.
Exactly. You can have the spiciest meal you want if you did.
Yeah, two kormas, please.
Yeah. I don't know. Recently, when I've been going to, I say recently, haven't been for a Indian for a long time. But last few times I've gone for a chicken pathia.
Yeah, we've had this chat before, haven't we? Yes, I know you're a fan of a pathia. I am not embarrassed to say that I am a butter chicken man. My Indian cuisine tolerance has become so low since becoming a runner, almost for the fear of what might. Oh, sorry, it's gone out for a corner. Egypt have just nearly scored in the last second. ADHD's going wild. Sorry. So Indian butter chicken. Yeah. So I used to be able to have the really spicy stuff, but now I'm right down the bottom of the league with the spice.
Well, when back in the day, I used to go for a madras every time.
Yeah, I used to love a beef madras.
Yeah, and then slowly started getting less spicy, but a pathia is like perfect.
So the reason we've mentioned this is because I saw this. There's an Instagram account from a business locally to me anyway, and they're called the Mile Pie Club. And I think they're two brothers, and I think they're from Worcester. and they're runners, but they've got like a brand where they sell their own gear and stuff like that, and they do these crazy challenges. And one of them was quoting the Big Five, which was on the Ramesh and Tom Davis podcast.
Yeah, the Wolf and Owl pod. Yeah.
Yes. So that was how I became aware of the Big Five. But you said to me, didn't you, about a similar sort of challenge that we could do?
Yes. Yeah. So
Maybe.
I saw this on Beard Meets Food,
Right.
and in Malvern there is a donut shop called Dirty D's, and they have a donut challenge where it's 12 of their specialty donuts, and they're not like just normal little ring donuts. They are big, massive donuts filled, covered in loads of stuff. So 12 donuts and a milkshake, and you've got, I think it's an hour to take it down.
I would struggle with the milkshake, you know. I'm not a milkshake drinker, and I never have been. No, I don't know what I would go for. What would be the easiest milkshake to get down? Like a chocolate milkshake?
Yeah, or a strawberry or something like that. Just a straightforward one.
Because maybe a chocolate milkshake would be the worst. Because would that be really sickly by the end of?
You're gonna have loads of chocolate on the donuts, wouldn't you? So you'd want something as a flavour like change. So you don't get flavour fatigue. An
hour to eat all these donuts. That would be
an hour to eat 12 donuts and a milkshake.
It sounds easy, doesn't it?
It's 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes a donut, isn't it?
Yeah, when you put it like that, that's that's quite a bit of a shift actually. And I think you would have to treat it like a marathon as well. I think you would have to pace it, because how many times have we all been on Christmas Day, on Christmas dinner, when we've all gone head first into the doufs, into the roast potatoes, into the creamy mash or whatever we have with the carbs. Do you have roast parsnips as well? They're big carbs, yeah. And how often do you have that moment after Christmas dinner where you're like, I'm in trouble here? I'm in big trouble.
I haven't.
You've been okay. You've done okay at the table. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, clean the plate and then waited for the buffet to start.
Are you known within the family as the Dyson?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
the one who will eat it all up, who will hoover it all up. Right. Yeah. Okay. I've always been known as the Dyson as well, and lately since I've been running, I am slightly disappointed in myself that I only go back for seconds now. So I just go back for like thirds and fourths, but I'm struggling after seconds now.
Yeah. See, we always have a massive Christmas dinner, and I polish that off, clean the plate, and then as soon as the buffet and the puddings are out, I'll probably have a portion of pudding, then go and graze the buffet table, just stand next to the table, just taking bits, and then I'll go and have some more pudding, because you've got to try every one of the puddings, haven't you?
Well, did I tell you about the pudding club that I went to a few years ago? In the Cotswolds, there's a place called, I think it's called,
yes.
Is it Mickleton? I think it's called.
Yes.
It's near Chipping Camden.
And it's actually called Pudding Club, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the Pudding Club. And you go and you have what they call the 6 quintessential English puddings. And you have to eat we don't have to, but you get a certificate. I did. If you eat them all and try and eat them all. But they're served like a buffet. So you have to go up and get your dessert. But what they don't tell you when you sign up is they give you a main. So you don't go straight into the puddings. And we went there and we had like a roast dinner. And then we've got to eat 6 desserts. And the portions, they're like American-sized portions as well, which is brilliant. I wish I could remember off the top of my head what they are. But there's sticky toffee pudding. There's Eton mess. There's a bread and butter pudding.
Oh, yes.
There are 3 others that I just can't remember now.
Spotted Dick?
It could be, yeah. Could be that.
What about
there's a sponge. There's definitely a sponge. It
a
might be a
lemon?
Victoria sponge.
Oh, okay. I was going to
I
go
think it's a
lemon
Victoria.
sponge, or
Yeah.
chocolate sponge. Was it like?
It might be a lemon sponge actually. Might be a lemon sponge.
Yeah.
But anyway, they call these the 6 quintessential British puddings, and it was very good. Very good fun. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in on that. So you've got Mickleton. That's it. Right, let me just find the old menu. Sorry, this is thrilling radio. But spotted dick. Well done. Bread and butter pudding. Carrot. Does that say carrot? I can't read it. Something and nut pudding. Can't read it. Looks like cucumber. It can't be cucumber. Lemon sponge. Jam. Does that say roly-poly?
Yes.
Yeah. Strawberry roulade.
Ooh, yes.
I can't see the others. But anyway, go to the pudding club in the Cotswolds, Chipping Camden. It's a cracking night out.
Do you know the only issue I have with that is I can't do hot fruit. If I have fruit puddings, they've got to be cold.
Right, yeah. So hang on, you can't have an apple crumble?
Oh, not warm. I can have it cold.
What?
Warm. Oh my! Hot fruit makes me feel sick.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't have a. That is so unfortunate. Like an apple pie from McDonald's. No.
I can have that if I have a McFlurry to go with it and cool it down.
You can have the McDonald's one.
Yeah, but yeah, I've got to cool it down. I can't just go straight hot. No way.
Really?
I've got to make it cold. Yeah.
I didn't realize.
I don't know what it is. Like when you were kids and people used to have like hot Vimto and.
Oh yeah, that's not right though.
Oh man, or hot like fruit teas and stuff as well. Just sort of make me.
This might give you the ick, but in our family home, we used to have hot Weetabix. Is that weird to you?
No, that's all right. Hot milk's fine.
Okay, so we'd have hot milk on on 3 Weetabix.
Yeah.
Well, I was a bit of a
basically hot porridge then.
Yeah, but like hot, rock solid wheat bisques. I used to have mine lukewarm because I didn't really like it too warm.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So it'd be on the stove for about 18 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I'll have that. But
no, it's just when fruit is hot. Like if it's like just above room temperature, so it's like lukewarm, I can just about do it. But,
so a rhubarb crumble, you say no to that?
Yeah.
With custard.
If it's cold, yes, please. If it's warm, no, thanks.
Wow, I didn't realise that was your ick. Because I thought you'd eat anything and everything. To be honest, apart from
I will eat anything and everything, but I can't eat hot fruit.
Right, fair enough.
I'll leave it on the side until it goes cold, or I'll put it in the fridge and then eat it when it's cold.
So speaking of, because one thing, like everyone who's been in the UK will know this over the last month, we've had some pretty warm weather. Have you been hitting the barbecue? Have you been eating salads? Have you been,
salads?
Have you been? Yeah, God, you said that. Sorry, I went a bit Stephen Bartlett then, didn't I? I haven't had a salad for about 8 years. So yeah, have you had any barbecues
I haven't had a barbecue or anything yet. No, not yet.
I have one burger for lunch on the barbecue today. I had a solo barbecue.
Excellent, good lad.
Just the one ticket, please. Just the one seat, please. And I just quite, especially for lunch. I don't know why, it gives me great joy if I'm in the house and it's really hot, I'll just go and put something on the barbecue and I know this is simple and it's pretty obvious, but we bought a new barbecue not long ago and it's got a second raised tier on it. And I know it's obvious, but it's changed my life. I've been putting the upturned buns on that second tier. So I've got a beautifully warmly toasted bun that I can just stick my burger. And I've got it's very bougie. But in M&S, they've got these burger cheeses. They're just perfectly round lumps of cheddar, and they charge you £6 for them. I know it makes you sick. I can't believe I buy it, but they are so good. So I get these lumps of cheese, put it on the burger, close the lid, put the buns down right at the end, open it all up after a few minutes, and it's absolutely beautiful. So and I'm trying not to eat any red meat, but that goes out the window during the summer.
Oh yeah.
But I don't eat much red meat for 10 months of the year until June and July. That's when I just I'm like the liver king for 2 months of the year.
Yeah, go on the carnivore diet.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, I've been having quite a few barbecues because making the nice barbie.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I've as I said at the start, my diet hasn't been great recently. It's not been particularly too bad, but there have been moments where it's not been great at all. For instance, last night for my tea, I had a crisp sandwich.
That is the dinner of champions, though. That is.
Yeah.
Do you obviously butter your bread? Do you get any ketchup on there, or is it literally just plain bread and butter, or is it just plain bread?
This is that is probably the only sandwich I would ever butter.
What? Bacon sandwich? You're putting no butter on your bread?
Nah, no butter on the bread for a bacon sandwich. Your moisture maker is your sauce.
I find that bizarre. So you don't pre-butter, you don't lubricate your bread before you. Right, interesting. Tell me about the flavour of crisps you went for.
Well, salt and cracked black pepper.
Oh, you're doing well, aren't you?
Tesco's own, though. Tesco's own.
Oh, nice.
That
sounds nice.
And the bread was a cheese top roll.
Was it one of the big bags, and you put as many as you could get on the sandwich, and then did you have a side salad of crisps?
Yeah,
the rest of the bag,
basically, yeah,
on the plate.
Put as many crisps as you can, and then get the top and squeeze it so you can actually fit it in your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. You can't beat a crisp sandwich. Yeah. Are you a fan of a ketchup sandwich?
I can't say I've had one for probably about 2 decades, but when I was a kid, yes.
Yeah, it's like, Mom, I'm hungry. Have a ketchup sandwich and shut up.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten them out of house and home. So, yeah, I don't think I've had a ketchup sandwich for a long time either. Do you know another thing I was addicted to when I was little? Was crackers. Buttered crackers. No cheese.
What type of cracker?
Just Jacob's crackers.
Like a cream cracker?
Yeah, cream crackers, yeah. And I used to get I used to pile them high, but they wouldn't. And what would happen was I'd be like in my Championship Manager era where I'd sit behind the computer desk for long periods of any day, and I would eat almost a whole packet of crackers during that session, and I would transport them to the behind the computer desk, and there'd be like a little leaning tower of Pisa welded together by only the butter. Yeah, and they'd be like leaning like that, but they wouldn't fall over. But there'd be so many of them stacked. I think I'd probably make. I don't know why, but I can't have an odd amount of crackers.
Oh, yeah, you've got to have evens.
I've got to have evens. I don't know why. And it took me years to realise that there is a side of the cracker to butter, because if you butter the wrong side of the cracker, I'm talking to you like people don't know this, but it took me years to realise this.
The one side's a bit bumpier.
Well, yeah, if you butter the wrong side, then you keep crushing the bubble of cracker. And then in turn, when you go and dip the knife back into the butter, you've got cracker crumbs all in the butter.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me years to realise that you need to butter the flat side, not the sort of bubbly, crispy side.
Yeah.
Again.
I'm going to tell you something now that some people will probably find really mental.
You're in a safe space. I think people enjoy this.
I know.
Yeah.
I really like a stale cream cracker when they're not
stale.
When they're not like crunchy and crispy, so they're a bit soft.
That is mental.
A bit like I know. A bit like there is nothing better than when you go to a party and they've got a buffet and they've got the crisps and stuff in the bowls.
Yeah.
And not all of it gets eaten. So like your mom puts all the bowls, like puts cling film on them, but air's always going to get in there. And then the next day you've got a bowl of Whatsits or Skips.
Yeah, okay. But they're a bit stale.
When they're soft and they're not crispy. Oh, mate, there's nothing better than a soft Skip or a soft Whatsit.
Well, you could argue that a normal crisp is better than a gone-off crisp.
No, I'd prefer
a stale crisp. Really?
A stale Whatsit to a normal Whatsit, yeah. When they're chewy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But Skips... Yeah, do you know that rings a bell actually? Having a gone off is the wrong word. A stale skip, is a very odd texture, isn't it?
Yeah, when they've sat in the bowl overnight and they're chewy. Yeah,
yeah.
I'd prefer the chewy Whatsits to the crispy ones. Yeah, definitely, and the Skips.
But I'm surprised there's anything left over if you've had anything to do with a buffet at a party the day after. So, yeah. Unless there's a section of the party, they're like, don't let Brett in here for God's sake, because he's going to eat the rest of the food. Just lock this door behind you when you go out, and that secret stash of buffet food here. You can have it tomorrow. He likes it when it's got off. But my diet has slightly changed this summer. I eat a little, not much, but a little bit less, I think. I don't know why, but I tell you what it is. It's because I'm not marathon training, I think. Yeah. I'm only running half the volume I would run in the winter. And subsequently, I think I'm eating less. Because when you marathon train, you can eat like a Spartan. You eat like a Trojan, don't you?
Yeah.
You can, you just can't get enough. And I don't know if you find this, I'm probably getting a bit deep here, but when you run less, I do anyway. Maybe I'm just self-conscious about this, but I feel naturally a bit wobblier and a bit looser, less toned. And I think, should I have that second pizza of the day? Maybe not. So, yeah, I don't know. I genuinely feel differently when I'm running less, if that makes sense. Because it's unsustainable to be in a marathon training block 365 days a year.
Of course it is. Yeah.
You can't run that high volume all the time. And yeah, I think if you are going to do a high volume for relative to you training block, then you have to eat. You have to eat your way through it.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. Speaking of which, I've got a marathon training block coming up soon.
You have indeed. Just quickly to go back to where we were at sort of the start of that conversation. Which
stale skips.
No, even further back than that. So the donut shop in Malvern, we were chatting about, because I said to you, and you're tempted by it as well, is we possibly do a bonus episode where we go and have a bit of a run around the Malvern Hills and end up in Dirty D's donut shop to try and take down 12 donuts.
What would be easier, doing the run first and then the food? Oh, of course.
Yeah, build up an appetite.
Yeah, it would have to be, wouldn't it? But then again, I've never done anything like that. I've never done a run and force-fed myself. Actually, what am I talking about? I do that all the time. But I've never done like an eating challenge after a run. That could be some good content, yeah. Yeah, okay, we could do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could do that.
We'll set it up at some point.
What do we even need to do the run? Do we bother with the run, or should we just do the donuts?
Yeah. I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we could run from the car to the shop.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll just park outside.
Yeah.
So where are we? Nearly an hour in. We very nearly started talking about a serious subject matter. Well, we did with your creatine escapades. But we haven't really talked a hell of a lot about actual running stuff.
So, tell us about what you were about to with your block coming up.
Okay. Well, I am, as I mentioned a few weeks or months ago, I've signed up to the Loch Ness Marathon, which is the end of September. And somehow it's massively snuck up on me already. And I've realised that on Monday, it's 14 weeks until marathon, away. So
14? I thought you said it was 12.
Well, I want another couple of weeks off, because I'll be honest, like I'm watching now with one eye down there, I'm addicted to the World Cup. It is ruining, I repeat, ruining my life, because there's no point me doing a marathon training block starting Monday.
What date is it in September?
Sunday, 27th.
27th. So you've got
day after my birthday.
3, 4,
it's 14 weeks.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks from this Sunday.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. We're at the start of July. You've got from Sunday, which will be the 5th, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks.
No, it can't be. Because here's another thing I've got to mention. I went to the dentist today. First time in 7 years.
What?
Yes, I know. It's embarrassing, isn't it?
But
what? I've been a bit scared to go to the dentist, so I haven't gone. But Laura said, come on, stop being an absolute joke. We need to go.
That's mental. So
I haven't been
every 6 months.
Well, that's what every human being should do with teeth in their mouth. But I've just got into my head that I'm fine, actually. My teeth are probably fine. I don't think I need to go, so I just don't. And I had exactly the same problem 7 years ago. I went for the first time in 7 or 8 years. And then COVID happened when my next appointment came round. So I just didn't go again because no appointments got booked for me. And here I am. So went today. And the guy actually said, your teeth aren't too bad. And I think they were actually his words. Your teeth are not that bad. They're pretty awful. But basically, he said, have you got electric toothbrush? I said, yeah. He said, do you floss? I said, next question. I don't floss. My gums always bleed and it hurts, so I never do it. And he said, you need to do it because you're a grown-up. So do it. He didn't say that, but that's what he was getting at. Yeah. So Laura's been on at me as well. So we went and bought some floss. So I've got to do that before I go to bed tonight, twice a day. So I'm looking forward to have bleeding gums for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And but no fillings. Just had a little polish, a little clean behind my bottom teeth. He said, clean the back of your bottom teeth, and then you'll be reet. But why am I telling you about my teeth? Anyway, so I was in the waiting room waiting for my turn, and I went through my thing. Now I've gone from week 10 being the week of the marathon. Yeah. What did I say? It's 12 weeks or 10 weeks?
It's 12 weeks from Sunday.
Well, 10,
so if you have another couple of weeks off, you'll have a 10-week block.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I forgot. That's exactly right. Yeah, because I'm doing a 10-week block, not 12. Yes, not 14. So in my head, I was going to do 14, but I've completely missed that now. Then it was going to be 12.
You'll be lucky. You've got to go back 2 weeks to do that.
I know, yeah. Then I was going to do 12, and then I realised that, like, for example, last night I was up watching Portugal-Croatia until 1 o'clock in the morning. The games keep going to, like, added on time and injury time. They're always late finishes. And I can't get up in the morning. And when I do get up in the morning, I don't really fancy going out for a long run. So my compromise is I'll just wait until the end of the World Cup. Well, you could say, well, Andy, just stop watching the matches and go to bed early. I can't. I literally can't. If I know they're on, I'll watch them. I don't care if it's Algeria versus Uzbekistan. I'll watch it, which is ridiculous, I know. But I can't wait for the World Cup to finish. I've been enjoying it, but I can't wait now because it's been ruining my life.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, will you be staying up to watch England Sunday night?
Yeah, they playing Sunday.
1 a.m. kickoff against Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So
aren't they playing altitude as well? So that's going to be a bit strange for them.
Yeah, apparently it's 2,000 meters above sea level, so it's like 6,000 foot, 7,000 foot.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game for them.
Will be a factor, and it's Mexico as well, so it will be a tough game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I take it you won't be going down the pub for that one.
Nah, probably not. I haven't watched a single game actually when the games have been on yet. I've just watched the highlights. No, I've just watched the highlights on YouTube afterwards.
Fair enough. Well, right, we'll get to that in a minute. I was going to say I was supposed to race on Friday, but I bought a TV. We'll get to that in a bit.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I was going to say, right, this was something I was going to bring up with you. I watched your new YouTube video the other day.
Yep.
And whilst I was watching the video, I lost count of how many times you lied in that video.
What do I lie about?
I reckon you must have said at least 10, 15 times. Oh, yeah, because I've got that 5K on Wednesday.
I was going to do it. I was going to do it. I had it in my head. I was going to do it. But when I added all these factors up, the traffic, the amount of time, the can't be botheredness, the am I in 5K PB shapeness, that I've just bought a new TV on Amazon Prime Day-ness, I just thought...
The England kick off at 5 and the race is at 7.
Yes. And I just ended up not going. So I had good intentions until the day before, which is when the day I released that video. And I did have thoughts of not releasing that video because I have mentioned the race quite a lot. But then I thought, hopefully my audience will forgive me when they know what an addict I am to the World Cup. And it's England. I don't mind watching England football because it doesn't happen very often. So Egypt. Sorry, they nearly scored. Still 1-1. Still Amelia, we're still in the game. And yeah, so I was going to go to do this race where I had set my sights on a sub-19 5K and realised I'd done hardly anything towards it and therefore just didn't bother going. Because when was Prime Day? Last week, Amazon Prime Day, I found a deal on a TV. So I've bought a new 55-inch TV. And it's so sexy. And it's only 300 quid, only 299 quid. And I got the Amazon notification, your delivery will arrive at between 1 and 3 o'clock on the day of the race. So I thought, it's like, you know, when your new toy is waiting for you at home when you're out at work. And I thought, I've got to set that up.
Yeah.
So I watched the England game on it and I didn't feel bad at all.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't feel bad at all.
I just got a message whilst I was at work saying, what did you say? I'm going to do a... Who did you say you were going to be like? What was it you said?
What? My decision not to do the race?
Yeah. You said, bad news, I'm going to do a Sue Cook.
Sue Cook's pulled out. Not everybody will get that. Yeah, so I did a Sue Cook and I pulled out, yeah.
Yeah. So I got that message and I was like, oh, well, everybody who was going to be coming from this way have all pulled out of it now. So I'm going to be a Larry Loner. And so on Tuesday evening, I went down to session and I thought, I'll do a pre race like session. And on the warm up, I just thought my legs feel terrible. Yeah. So in that moment when my legs felt terrible, I went, yeah, I'm not going to do the race tomorrow. So I just smashed out a session anyway, and like did the full session at full, well, not full pelt, but did the session at a pace. And then the next day I could, my legs were in bits. So it's a good job I didn't go and do the 5K race. I was ready to put myself in the bin for it to go for the PB, but I wasn't in 5K shape. I was fooling myself.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's my first ever DNS. And I'm not that bothered about it. I think a few months or years ago, I used to be so uptight about, I've paid for this, so I'm going to do it. But when it was a 5K, when you think about it, we booked a 5K 50 miles away, an hour and a half trip just to get there. And it's 5K on a Wednesday night in Telford.
Yeah.
But the thing was, it was only a 12 quid or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite a cheap. So it's like, well, I don't mind not doing that. But I won't make a habit of it, I don't think, because I don't have money to just chuck away. But when it's a 5K, I think you don't have to feel like you have to do every race you've signed up for. And it wasn't really a bucket list race, the one that I like, Two Castles one I wouldn't really want to miss. So yeah, I'm not really that bothered that I missed it, to be honest. But I don't think I'm going to make a habit of missing too many more, because I've signed up for another one on Sunday out of guilt. So I'm doing the Timber Trails 10K or 6 miler, whatever it is. I don't know what the distance is, and it's all off road, and it's the summer version, pretty much, of the 5 miler, the Bumble Bimble, that I did in November last year. So it's be a completely different race, but I don't know if it's a completely different course. I'm not sure. Well, it will be because it's longer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be something different. And nice. I booked it because I realised that England were playing on the Sunday night, not the Saturday night. If it was a Saturday night, I wouldn't have booked it. But, however, I am pacing 23 minutes at the Woods tomorrow morning. I'm going to run there, so I've got to set off at 7:30, 7:45. And Argentina are playing Cape Verde tonight after the podcast. 11 o'clock kickoff. So that's Messi versus Cape Verde. And I'm not missing that. So, that's going to be a 1:30 sleep. And then I'm pacing 23. So there's going to be a lot of disappointed people in Worcester tomorrow. Yeah. Finishing in 23 minutes and 18 seconds.
Why did the 23 pacer run 27 minutes?
Because he was half asleep, that's why. So I am looking forward to that as well. But going quickly back to my Loch Ness block. So I've decided I could either start on Monday if I really last minute change my mind, and lock into a block on Monday, which would make it 12 weeks, or I can just carry on living my life eating donuts and pizzas and one burger barbecues and just wait another 2 weeks for the World Cup to finish and then just do a 10-week block.
But even in a 12-week block, what do the first 2 weeks of a block normally look like?
Well, base, easy stuff.
So aren't you going to be doing that anyway over the next couple of weeks?
I mean, yeah, I've been ticking over quite nicely.
So, just slightly build the mileage over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the only difference is I've got to get used to marathon pace a bit quicker. But like a few people I've had a conversation with have said this, like I got my really good result in Seville. This is where I differ to a lot of people, because a lot of people would look at my Seville time and think, well, you can do a 3:05, maybe even dip under sub 3 now. But I look at it like, no, I hit my Seville time and I'm really pleased with that. And anything I do from this point onwards is as a lovely bonus. And I get to run a marathon in a lovely place in Loch Ness. And I'll train for a quicker than a 3:10, but I'm not going to go anywhere near a sub 3. I'm not going to go anywhere near that. But I also don't want to spoil the experience for myself in any way by putting too much pressure on myself, because I did almost what I wanted to get out of the marathon earlier this year. So in a way, I'm going into this block in a really good sort of mental headspace. I'm just going to enjoy my running. Hopefully I've built up some good fitness over since Seville, we'll find out. But the big one for me is Worcester City runs.
I was about to say, how many weeks after Loch Ness is the Worcester half?
It's 2 weeks before.
Oh, is it 2 weeks before?
Yeah, so it's 8 weeks into my block. So then after that, I'll have a taper, which will be great timing.
Yeah, it's Sunday the 13th of September, isn't it? Yeah.
So really, I'm more interested in doing well in Worcester in the half than I am Loch Ness Marathon. So I want to do well at the marathon. I want to do around about a 3:10, maybe even 3:0 something would be my big target. But the Worcester half, if I can get 126 XX, if I can get a sub 127, I know what's going to happen though. If I get a sub 127, which I could do if I do apply myself, I could do it. People are going to be like, whoa, that's the green light for a sub 3, isn't it? But on paper, yes. But that depends how, how much I built my long runs up to, and I don't think I'd be in the shape for that.
I'd say
too early in it.
I'd say to go for your sub 3, you've got to be comfortably 125.
Yeah. And I'm not even thinking a sub 3. It could be years away. It could be. But I
do the classic calculation of double your half time and add 10 minutes. That's 3 hours from a 125.
Yeah.
So,
and at the moment, I'm probably in 130, 131 shape, so I've got a lot of work to do. But I know, and I back myself over 6 or 8 weeks of training for that. I'll get back down to club. I'll start doing my sessions, and I'll start doing my long runs again. I'll start getting well above half marathons and getting the hills and stuff back in. And I'm ready now. I'm ready to get back into a block, because I've been sort of, using the World Cup and the summer heat and the food and stuff like that as an excuse. But I think I am ready to hit a block again. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be starting maybe Monday, but probably not. So
yeah. Well, as I said, over the next couple of weeks, just slowly add a few more mile in each week, but don't change anything. Just do your base building, and then start the actual block with pace.
Yeah,
with 10 weeks to go.
Yeah. So I'm feeling really good about it. I'm in a good sort of headspace about it. I'm really looking forward to Loch Ness. I've already spoken to a fair few people I know that are doing the race, and I'm just mega excited for it. It sounds like a really, really good race to do. And we booked our accommodation, Laura and I, last couple of days. So we're staying in a place near Fort Augustus, which is the other Loch Ness, right? To describe it to you, is long and thin. It's like 50-mile long. No, it can't be that long. It's long. It's really long, but it's only like a mile across. So it's like a really long, thin rectangular shape.
Right. Okay.
And we are staying at the other end. You've got Inverness at the one end of the loch, which is almost like near the estuary of the river. And then where we're staying is down the bottom end, which is Fort Augustus. And have I told you this? You can't get to the start of the race yourself. You have to take the coach. Yeah. So I'm hoping that they'll do a pickup at this little town that we're staying in called Fort Augustus, because it's the next biggest town down the loch from Inverness. So hopefully I can get a lift there. But yeah, just mega excited for it. And we're going to have one night in the Lake District on the way up there. And we're going to have another night in Edinburgh on the way down to break up the journey. And then, back home. And we're taking the van, but we're not staying in the van. So we've got actual beds. So we've got actual bedded accommodation, because when I did Bruges, I basically slummed it through France. And I don't know how I managed to run so well, because I was sleeping on that bed in the back of the van, which is really uncomfortable. And I don't know if I'd really fancy that for a marathon, because that'd be a little bit different. So we're going to have a little bit of luxury, and we've got some nice Airbnbs booked.
Nice.
So good. That's what's coming up for me.
Excellent. Yeah. I haven't really got anything booked other than Worcester half. So I will be, if I can get my legs working and not feeling like absolute crap, I will be doing a little bit of a block towards Worcester and aiming for that race. I want to try and get into the 117s.
Nice.
So the 70. I want 77 something.
Yeah. What's the current PB?
78 something. Hang on. Low 118. Let me tell you exactly.
Just while you're looking for this.
78:13 is
78:13.
Yeah.
So you've got to try and find 14 seconds then.
Yeah, at least. But if I can get mid 117s, that would be lovely.
That would be nice. Only a second a mile. You can do that.
Well, it's basically what was I looking at? Hang on, I've got my pace chart here, because I was trying to work out what I wanted to aim for. Where's the pace chart I had? There it is. And I wanted to try and run a 117.40 is 5:55 a mile.
Right.
So, or 5:53 a mile is 117.11. And that is more or less the pace that I ran at Two Castles.
Wow.
On the hills.
It is frightening, isn't it, when you think about how much you've got to do twice?
Yes.
Like at that pace, can I do it? Can I hold it?
But Two Castles is all net uphill. Yes. Whereas Worcester is a bit flatter. So we'll see.
I did Two Castles in 42 minutes, and my 10K split needs to be 41. So I'm banging trouble. So I need to run a 5K split of about 20 minutes and 35 seconds.
Yeah, hang on. So, what do you want to run? You want to run a 126?
Let's just say 126.50 or 55 or something.
Well, on here it's got 126.42 is 6:37 a mile or 4:07 a k.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking at, 4:05 a k actually. Yeah.
So 4:05 a k is 20:24 for the 5K, and that's a 126.07.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna. You know what it's like with GPS drift. If I run 407s, I'll run over. So I need to chop a couple of seconds off.
Yeah.
For just in case they change the course or the course is there's a problem with the measurements or my GPS is wrong or whatever. So you always need to run a bit quicker on race day than planned. So 405 is my target, which is 126 low, which is incredibly fast and very close to my 5K pace, let alone a 10K. Other way around, sorry. So it's going to be very, very difficult because at the moment that is basically threshold. So I'm going to have to really work hard on that with lots of easy volume and some thresholdy stuff in the next few weeks, and hopefully cooler temps. Because I did an easy run yesterday, and a lot of people will probably say, "Yeah, you have to be fair." I wonder if I've been running my easy runs too easy, but I do like a plod when I run my easy runs because I don't like feeling out of breath, don't like any lactic buildup, all that sort of stuff. So I do like to keep my easy runs very ploddy. But I ran at almost 8 minutes a mile, 5 minutes a K, and my heart rate was well under 150, which is where I think it should be for an easy run. So that was quite promising.
Yeah, I would say you want to be, for an easy run, you want to be at least in zone 2.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be hitting zone 3 too much unless you're going uphill. You want to be in zone 2 and it needs to be easy.
What I could do with is either getting a heart rate strap or getting, doing the lactic, the VO2 test. So I can actually calculate.
Know where your zones are.
Well, what's going to really help me, I might actually use, because I think what you can do is use, it's probably better to use a 10K all out rather than a 5K because 5K is over too soon. But if you use a 10K all out effort to measure your zones, and that's probably a better indicator, isn't it? And where your heart rate is. But what I might do is, when I'm coming to Ara Valley in a couple of weeks to do a 5K, properly go for it. I'm going to look at, hopefully hit a max heart rate that day, so I can have a look at if I'm actually over or under training in my zones and all that sort of stuff, and work out my zones from that. Or again, might just carry on living my life, and if it feels easy, it's probably easy.
Yeah, that's how I tend to do it,
and not get too bogged down in numbers.
Yeah,
I don't know.
See, that is one of the things why I'm really annoyed about my legs at the moment and the fact they don't want to work, because it's mainly my lower legs, but my piriformis syndrome has come back. But I don't know whether that's a side effect of my lower legs being bad, and I've been compensating, so my glutes have flared up again. I don't know, but I'm annoyed with my legs not working properly because I think my fitness is in a good place. My cardio fitness is really good. Like the other week when I was out, I went on a nice, easy Sunday run, and I was running. I think I was running low 7-minute miles in the 120s.
What?
I know. So my cardio is in a good place at the moment, but I just can't run properly because my legs don't work.
Yeah. Well, hopefully when you flush all that creatine out, you'll be...
Yeah.
Imagine if that was the difference.
I know.
Imagine if that turns out to be...
Yeah.
You'll have to be a real life guinea pig. And what are you going to give it? Like 2 weeks, did you say? Or a couple more?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. So, when did you last take some?
What day is it today? Friday, Wednesday.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, you'll have to.
So hopefully it'll be just in time for the Ara Valley. Let's go for it. Start of.
Yes. You can say it. It's not mine to say.
What? Why?
It's you, the one that says it. This is your baby.
Well, yeah. I'd say we're both father to this little thing.
It's our child. Yeah, our love child.
Yeah. We both share custody.
Yeah, we're co-parenting.
Yeah, of Parkrunning The Red Line, mate.
Well, what I was thinking of doing, I've been thinking about this loads this week. Not the actual ins and outs of it, but the name. I was thinking of calling it Parkrun The Red Line, mate. The League of Legends. I like the idea of it, that it's like almost like a film franchise.
Yes.
I don't know why.
This is part 2.
Yeah, League of Legends. I don't know why. That's me to a T. I think of a name for something, and then I have to think of I'm gonna have to actually do something now. League of Legends. Anyway,
isn't League of Legends a game or something like that?
Oh, don't tell me that.
Is it already been
done?
I'm sure it's like a mobile game or something like that.
Well, why don't we call it the League of Leg Ends, and we'll just put a little hyphen in it, so no one's had that.
The League of Leg It Lees.
Yes, the League of Let It Lees. We were disappointed not to see him. Why don't we have a little roundup, because time is getting away from us. We've still got to do comments and emails. We've still got to do. You've got a quiz to do at the end.
Oh yeah, just before we leave that. So Parkrunning The Red Line, we are doing it again this year. We are going to do a Parkrunning The Red Line league. It is going to last for 6 weeks, the same as it did last year. The ins and outs, we're still not 100% on how we're going to work it this year, because we need to make some tweaks, but we're not going to make too many tweaks, but there are going to be a couple of tweaks. But we need to start gauging interest in this for this year, because we are going to start it in just over 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
So we did have a conversation, and we think we're going to cap it at 100 people, because last year we got 50 people and it was incredible. This year we want to make it open for a few more, but I think if we go over 100, actually keeping track of everything might become a bit of a logistical nightmare. So I think we're going to try and cap it at 100 people. So if you are interested and you want to get involved this year, start sending us an email of your interest, and in there say, yes, I want to be part of Parkrunning The Red Line 2026. This is my Parkrun A number. Get me on. And yes, we will start to make a list.
We would like to do it by email, really, because if we put it on Instagram or Strava, we're just going to have loads of random people entering it. They probably don't even listen to the podcast, which I don't blame them for. But we could end up with someone from like Zimbabwe that's never listened to it win. Actually, that'd be quite fun. But we could have someone that's got no interest in the podcast that's taken up the space for somebody else. So we want to. Maybe we should give everyone a code word, or they have to write in. They have to tell us something so we know that they listen to the podcast. Okay. When you write in to the podcast, say that you're interested in doing running Parkrun The Red Line. But what is the hot thing that Brett does not like eating?
Yes, there we go. You've got to answer that question yet.
What will Brett not eat? But yeah, so that's going to be exciting, isn't it? Because we had some big victories for people last year that did really, really well. And we're thinking about making a couple of tweaks to the actual, I guess, running of it. But there won't be too much. It won't be too different to last year.
No.
We're going to do it for six weeks across the summer holidays, really.
Yeah. And it starts on the July the 18th.
And we've got the grand opening is being done by Sam the Messiah Bacon, isn't it? Should we get him to cut some tape?
So Sammy Bacon is coming down to Ara Valley on July the 18th. That's why we've decided to start it on that day, because he's been preparing himself and building himself up for the big day.
Are me and Sam in a similar kind of shape? I think we are.
I think so. It's going to be a bit of a showdown between you two, isn't it?
Wow.
It was supposed to be a pacing week of let's all get in a Kipchoge V and get Sam round for a new PB, but it's turning into let's see who can run the fastest on July the 18th.
Bacon versus sausage. Me versus Sam. Oh, brilliant. Bacon and sausage. You sound like a kids' TV program. Yeah, so that's going to be good fun. And I haven't actually had this conversation with you, but maybe us two can do a bit of touring during that 6 weeks.
Yes.
And maybe we can go to some of the park runs and we can let people know where we're thinking of going.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's going to be odd because I'm going to take part this year. I'm going to be one of the 100.
I'm going to spike your drink with creatine. So you don't beat me. I'm going to spike your flat whites.
Yeah.
Oh. But if you would like to meet us on that first one, that would be sensational if you are around. There's a great cafe afterwards that there are never any seats in by the time we've finished.
And there won't be any Spanish donuts left either because Andy will have them all.
No, I will have had them, yeah. Like, what is it? Wispy churroses. But yeah, so it's a cracking park run, that one. And there's also talk of a new park run. Have we had this chat yet? At Cofton Park.
Oh, yes. So apparently it's been delayed.
Has it?
So the first one was supposed to be this weekend, but it's been delayed for a few weeks.
That would be good to try and get to that one at some point because that's a new one in South Birmingham, and you can bet your life Leggett Lee's got his eye on that.
Yeah, but it's off road as well. It's not. It's like round fields and stuff. So it's a trail one.
I see. Well, isn't Cofton Park a cross country venue? I think
Possibly,
it is.
I don't know.
I think it is. Yeah. So that tells you what sort of park run it's probably going to be. But anyway, why don't we go back since the last time? With 20, I've got on my notes here. We did the last episode on the 29th of May. So what sort of stuff have we been into? What have we been doing? What have we been up to?
Was it the day after our last pod? We went over to Conkers, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, it was. We went to do conks. And what happened to you? Oh, yeah, you had an interesting one that day, didn't you?
Yeah, because we stood at the start, and the start is a bit like Arrow Valley. So where the briefing is away from the start. So you have a bit of a walk down to the start. Now, at Arrow Valley, the paths are quite big, so you can actually get round everybody. And then when you get to the start is facing the opposite way. So if you want to get to the front, you just stand at the front.
So they have to wait for everybody to be in position.
Yes.
Same as Russell Woods, yeah.
Yeah. At Conkers, you walk down to the start, but the start is running away from where you're walking. And we both started walking down, and we were about halfway through the pack. And then the path gets narrower and narrower and narrower. And I found myself at the start, and I was stood next to all the 35-minute people because they said at the briefing, seed yourself into the time that you think you're going to run, and they'd got timing boards at the start, and I was stood next to the 35-minute board, so there was probably 150 people in front of me
because it was a busy one as well. Busy part run, wasn't it?
And I wanted to have a good go, so I started and had to weave through people for the first mile. It was interesting.
Yeah, and I ran that day with Daisy, and that was tricky enough. So trying to run that first mile, and you nearly had an incident, as I recall, halfway round.
Yeah, so I managed to get down to, I think I was 5th in the end. I didn't realise, but I got down to like 3rd at one point, and then I'd obviously gone a little bit too early, and people knew where the finish were, and they had their final kick. But yeah, as I was going past somebody, all I know, because he's commented on my video about this, because in my video I basically said, I don't think this guy liked me overtaking him, and he basically shoulder checked me, and I almost ended up in the bush. And he's commented saying, I'm the guy in red, Shoulder check is a bit of a stretch. I didn't even know you were there. So, yeah, basically, all I know is there was a space and a big gap. And when I went to go through that gap, it disappeared and I almost ended up in the bush. But
Because he didn't like that he had to.
Well, apparently he
yeah.
was following the person in front. So basically, where there was a gap, he ran into that gap, and I appeared in that gap. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of them. It's part of racing, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know who it was. Was it? Might have been a Crown My Run video at Battersea Park one day, where it all got a bit argy-bargy, like within the first 100 meters. And I think someone even said to him, "It's only Parkrun, mate." And I think he actually took that branding and got it printed or something. So maybe someone knows the story about that, but I think it's something along those lines. But yeah. So what happened the week after then? Because we went to Firstly, what did you think of Conkers? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good parkrun actually. Nice and scenic, good route, nice spicy hill halfway through.
I forgot about that.
At the start of the second mile, there was a decent hill to get up. But yeah, it was good. It was like a mile out, a mile loop, and then a mile back down the first mile. Yeah, it was good.
Hey, do you know what we could do? Sorry, brain's going 100-mile-an-hour again. We could finish. Oh, it would require some big logistics. We could maybe do Bushy on the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Or one of the big ones. Battersea, maybe.
That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, one of the big London ones.
Yeah. We could go to like a proper big one that's got loads of people who go to it. Or a fast one. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, I enjoyed Conkers. Thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. And then on the warm down, I got about 50 meters into the warm down, didn't I? And rolled my ankle.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the week after you did exactly the same thing.
On the other side, yeah.
On the other foot, yeah. Oh
yeah.
God. So yeah, the week after I think we went to Queenswood, didn't we?
No. So after Conkers, the next day I went and did the Cotswold Hilly 100.
Right.
I ended up doing leg 8 in the end rather than leg 10 because a couple of our team fell ill in the night. So I ended up going to Moreton in Marsh and starting from Moreton in Marsh and doing leg 8.
Right.
And I had a bit of an incident there as well, bit of an unfortunate moment where the train came. So I had to
you had to stop at a level crossing for half an hour, didn't you?
Yeah, basically. So yeah, that sort of ruined the end of that race, but no, it was good. It was good one. That was the week after Conkers. We went down to Arra Valley because it was Pacer Week.
Oh, was that before Queenswood? Yes, we did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. That was good. I forgot about that.
I went and picked up the 20-minute Pacer vest. And got people on the 20-minute train, including yourself.
Well, I had to park in blooming Tardybig because I got there at what I thought was an acceptable time, about, I don't know, nearly 8:45. But I forgot one thing. This is Arra Valley, and there's probably a good 100 parking spaces, isn't there? Maybe 50.
Yeah.
But they go so quickly. Like you've got to be really no later than 8:30 to guarantee a space.
If you go the other side of the lake, there's loads of parking spaces.
I need to know where that is because I've never found that entrance to that.
I'll show you how to get there one day. Yeah.
Okay. And but anyway, yeah. So I thought my dreams of keeping up with you had gone because I was a bit, stressed getting to the start. But I got in the start pen, whatever you want to call it, and I could see you just ahead of me, and I thought I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah, I didn't realise you'd got there.
I'll surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just appeared at 1 mile.
Yeah. So yeah, but you paced it really nicely. You did a 6:20s, 6:22s or something, wasn't it?
It's 6:26 a mile. is what I was supposed to run, and I think we ran just under 6. About 6:20. I think we ran a 6:24, a 6:22, and then a 6:20. So
But the train, the pacing train, was fairly full until about 2.5 miles, till about 4K, wasn't it? And then people just start dropping off, don't they? And it was only me and you, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to go and see if I can finish a bit further forward."
Yeah, and you kicked on pretty well.
Yeah, I felt really good that day, and I'd never run in my Alpha Flies before, a 5K, and the Alpha Fly ones, my vintage bloody Alphas, and felt really, really good that day, and managed to get in. I think I did 19:45, and I'd say I wasn't even in top gear. I was probably had a little bit more, especially early on in the race. In the well, it is a race. Come on, so probably could have squeezed another 15 seconds out that day. So I was not far off PB form.
Yeah, which is good.
That was quite encouraging, and that was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, maybe more. Yeah.
So that was a good morning, and then the day after that, I got up at stupid o'clock, and travelled over to Leamington Spa.
Oh, was that the day after?
That was the day after, and I did Leamington Spa half, and the race started at 8 o'clock.
Now that makes sense because of the heat.
Yeah,
but not the easiest place to get to for that time, I would have thought.
No. Yeah, so I was up at like 5:30 in the morning because I needed to get over there and get my number. And they closed the number, what do they call it? The
registration desk, or whatever you want to call it.
At 7 o'clock. And I was like, so I've got to be there before 7. So got over there for 6:30. And then I saw Tim afterwards, Mom, and I was like, he was like, yeah, I had to pick up my number. And I went, yeah, and they closed the number registration at 7. And he went, did they? I picked mine up at 7:30. I was like, what?
Give about half an hour in bed.
Yeah, exactly. But never mind. And yeah, me and Mum set off together, and he was like, I want to try and run 1:25 today. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to run. I just want to run nice and like training run at marathon pace, run a 1:25.
Yeah.
I ended up running 1:20:08.
Yeah, you did not do that, did you?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I blame Tim. He started off way too quick, so I just
absolutely loving this rivalry that's forming between you two. And where was it? Two Castles, and you're like, oh, all right, Tim, deja vu. He's like, don't talk to me. Don't even talk to me.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But I'm blaming him because
tell me about that bridge at HS2.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm blaming Tim. He set off way too quick, and I followed him for the first couple of miles. And then apparently he said to his camera, now Brett is behind me. He said he's going to run a 1:25. There is no way that he's going to let me win, though. And at 2 mile, he started to drop off slightly, and I just carried on at that pace and then got slightly quicker and quicker. But yeah, HS2, just ridiculous. HS2 is what a nonsensical thing, and it's just destroying the countryside. They've built this bridge over nothing at the moment because obviously HS2 hasn't been built. So they've built a bridge for the cars to go over what will be the railway. And it's ridiculous. It's so steep. And obviously it wasn't in the course before when we did it. The surface was lovely because it's brand new tarmac, but it was just straight up and then straight back down. So that was interesting at about 10 mile into a half marathon.
I've just looked at the completion date for HS2, and it says between May 2036 and October 2039. The final section to London Euston will be finished May 2040 and December 2043. So they're not in a rush.
No,
to
it's
get it done.
ridiculous, isn't it?
So, how would you rate Lem? Did you have a good old
I
jolly old
enjoyed
time?
it. It's a tough old course. It's definitely not a PB course. It is a
Right.
tough course, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good run, good fun. But my issue is if I'm going to go and have a training run, it needs to be a training run situation, because as soon as I put a number on the front of my singlet and there's people in front of me to chase, my racing head just goes into gear and I just start chasing people. So I didn't go all out. It wasn't an all out race, but it wasn't the easy train. Well, not easy, but it wasn't the training run I should have done. So yeah, but just over 120. So yeah, well happy with it, to be honest.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
And then we went on our jollies again, didn't we? The week after.
We did indeed. Yeah,
And once again, didn't go to plan for one of us.
I wonder who.
Yeah. So we went to Queenswood, which is the last time I went there was the first time they'd done it. And it was really muddy. It was winter. And I thought, yeah, go on. I wouldn't mind going over there again. So I asked Brett if he fancied it. And he came over to mine. We drove to Leinster, which is over near Hereford. And it was quiet. There wasn't many people there. We did a quick scan.
Yeah, and, of the results.
Of the results the week before. And Brett's thinking, this is fairly vulnerable, this.
Mm-hmm.
On the day we got there, nobody in half tights, nobody in split shorts, no super shoes in sight. Brett's thinking, W's mine. What happened?
Well, I set off. We looked, didn't we, on the way there at the results, and in the past 7 weeks, it had only gone like the winner, or P1, if you want to say that,
the winner
was only under 20 minutes 3 times out of those 7. And the week before, it had been won in 19 something, and I was like, okay, right. So we set off. And I thought, right, I'm going to set off at about 20-minute pace and see who comes with me. And within half a mile, I dropped everybody. And I was like, okay, this is mine for the taking here, right? I'm going to have a good go today and see what I can do. We got round. I managed to get on the leaderboard for Cruella de Hill, the big old hill. Which was good. And then I was coming round to finish the first lap, and the marshal stood there, and he puts out his arm and he says, round to the right. So I come round, go round to the right, run where his hand is pointing down the road. Throughout the rest of the course, there'd been cones blocking off where you shouldn't go. So you kept on the track. So I followed his hand where there were no cones, went down this hill, running down this hill, and I was in the fives, so 5:50 something a mile, going down this hill. All of a sudden, I start to see cars going past, and then I take a few more steps, and I'm at the main road, and I'm like, I don't think this is the way. So I turned round, ran back up the hill, and noticed that he's pointing everybody, not where he pointed for me, but back, more or less back on yourself, back into the trees and into the woods. And I didn't see, because I was out in front, I didn't see the arrow that was at the side of the road pointing you back on yourself. And when I ran past him, he didn't shout me, didn't say, you've gone the wrong way or anything, just watch me disappear off into the distance.
Oh.
So I got back to the top of the hill and went, ended up going all the way to the road. And he just went, I was like, all right, cheers, mate.
Nice one.
Yeah, so then got back onto the course and ended up catching you back up.
I was so confused. I was so confused. I was like, oh, you're overtaking me. You must be lapping me. There's no physical way of doing that, but I'll just say, yes, you are. Because
Yeah.
then it made me think, oh, am I on my first lap? I just convinced myself that I just started 3 minutes ago. But it's like, no, I'm on my second lap. And then you were like, guess what happened? I was like, what, you won? What? You're like, no, went the wrong way. I was like, for God's sake. So then you cracked on, didn't you? And it says here that you got round in 23:26.
Yes.
And the winner that day did it, Andy Brown, did it in 22:05. So the week after, if we'd have gone the week after, the winner was 19:53. And last week, if we'd have done it last week, the winner was 19:41. So it was there for the take, and it is there for the taking.
Yeah.
But the week we turn up, it's won in 22:05, and you come fifth. And you run a 5 mile park run, 4.5 miles.
I ended up running 3.5 miles. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty funny. Well, you have to laugh, don't you?
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. So the day after was Two Castles Day.
Yes.
Which is pretty fun. We both love that race.
Mate, Two Castles is the best 10K in the Midlands. Without it it's incredible.
It was a particularly good one this year as well, wasn't it? Like there was a good atmosphere afterwards at the start. The race conditions were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
It wasn't hot like usual. It wasn't scorching. It was just a really good Two Castles this year, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and after missing it last year, it just made it even better for me this year. I enjoyed it even more. But yeah, it was good. I think there was more people as well this year. I think 5,000 finishers, just over.
Really?
Which is ace.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, I love that race so much. And
the old Kenilworth runners, though, one thing they're not fond of is loiterers at the end of the race.
Oh man, have you seen that on my video?
Well, on the year before, I watched my video from the year before just to give myself a refresher of the course, and I basically got manhandled at the as I came across the line, and you basically got
well, I got the
spoken to like a child.
I got the most patronising guy I've ever. I've crossed the line, struggling to catch my breath, so lie down on the grass, and all I get is, come on, we need to get you out of here. And I was like, yeah, 2 seconds. And he was like, come on, I know you've done really well, but we need to get you up. And I was like, what? Hang on.
Oh, brilliant. No, it is. I understand why they need a constant flow of people, but it's a little bit military and a bit unnecessary, isn't it?
Yes.
They've got the guy with the megaphone at the end of the race, haven't they? Going, do not wait here. Everybody, this is a runner-free zone. Get out of my sight. Anybody waiting here will be immediately shot.
Yeah.
Like they're a bit much, aren't they? But I understand why they need to keep that free.
Yeah.
But it is a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah. And then we were talking to people, weren't we? Stood on like 1 foot onto the path, and they come along and, oh, you can't stand here. Moved us onto the grass 1 foot to the left. Oh, that's fine.
No, that's fine. No problem. No problem at all there. So just quickly then, how did the race go for you?
So I was aiming for a course PB, and my course PB from 2024 was 36:58. So if I could get under that, I'd have been very happy. And I ended up running 36:37. So nice. 21-second PB. So very happy with that.
Lovely. Yeah. I grabbed a course PB as well by 7 seconds, I think. So I got round in 42 something, 05, I think. And I was pleased as well, because I managed to negative split that race, believe it or not.
Wow.
By about 2 seconds. Completely accidental. I actually went to run the first 5K a little bit quicker than I did. But what happened was that first hill in the first half a mile, you know, that coming out of Warwick?
Yeah.
It slowed me right down. And I looked at my watch and I thought, why am I not running as fast as I want to be? And then by the time I realised, I think I did that first K in about, I wanted, I don't know, 4:10, something like that. And I did it in about 4:22 or something like that. So I thought, lost 10 seconds there. But I managed to get up the hill, the famous hill halfway.
Yeah.
Fairly stress-free. And then the second one, I think we should call it the Spa Striders Scream Tunnel. We managed to get through that one quite
yeah,
event-free as well. So, but no, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Great crowd of people. Always attracts a bumper crowd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And,
I had a really good race with a few people that were around me, and we did a lot of passing each other and stuff. And yeah, it was good old ding dong, as they say. But I will say from that race, possibly one of my favourite things I've ever seen and heard on one of Marm's videos was, can you guess what it might be?
I need to think about what he did. What? Something to do.
It was with something to do with someone else who we know quite well.
Is it someone like Brian Baker or somebody?
No, it was Beardy Rich.
Oh yes, the greatest piece of entertainment I've ever seen.
Beardy Rich went past him just as he come onto the gravel as you turn into Kenilworth Castle
in the last minute.
Yeah, and he went past him and he just went, "Oh, Beardy Rich."
Ever since I've spoken to him since then, he's never gotten over it. He keeps saying, "Very disappointing from Beardy Rich." That was very disappointing. Very poor behaviour. So yeah, but Beardy Rich, honestly, like when he knows there's a finish line, he runs like a man possessed. So you have got to hope and pray that you're not in a foot race with Beardy Rich in the last 200 meters of a race, because he will make you look like a fool.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah, and Mom gave me a right ribbon for me shorts as well.
Were they short shorts?
Yeah, because they were short shorts. Yeah.
I did enjoy that. It was a particularly good Two Castles, but
it was.
But yes, so since then I haven't really done a hell of a lot. I did the week after I went and did a half marathon pace test around Worcester Pitchcroft, where I realised just how hard half marathon pace is going to be.
Yeah,
and I managed to get round in about 20:40. And then last week went to Worcester Woods and did a progressive run, which was about 22, which is basically about as fast as I need to run tomorrow. Yep. But start off nice and slow and then sped up towards the end. So that was good.
Yeah. Well, don't do that tomorrow because you're pacing.
Yeah. I don't know any other way to do it than just go out full throttle and then just wait for 3 minutes at the end of the at the end, and then just walk across the line after 3 minutes. But yeah, so I think I'm going to try and obviously pace it nice and evenly, and give myself about 15 or 20 seconds grace towards the end, and hopefully, it'll be nice because I haven't paced for I think years. So hopefully there'll be people chasing my number 23, and hopefully can get some people across the line tomorrow. So that'd be good.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'll be down at Arrow Valley tomorrow, pacing 20 minutes. So, yeah,
wicked.
Because they've changed Arrow Valley pacing day now. So instead of it being the last Saturday of the month, it's the first Saturday of each month.
Oh, right. So, cool. That gives us one extra one to do in summer, then, I guess.
Yes, hopefully,
because hopefully they'll do the start of September, maybe even start of October. I don't know, but shall we? Right, I'm looking at the clock, and I know what I'm like because there is a quiz now. What we can do is we've got the option to leave it for a week. I think we should.
Ooh.
We can leave it for a week because we've got other things we need to go through. We've got a
Okay.
couple of emails that I'm determined to get through as well. So let's leave your podcast quiz, end of the podcast quiz, till next week.
Okay,
So
cool. We can do that. Shall I then go through the comments that we've had? We've not had a huge amount because obviously we're not been podding the last few weeks, but we have got some from the last episode. Did we on the last pod read out Wayne Farrington's from his Edinburgh Marathon and his result?
Don't remember, if I'm being honest.
So I think we did, but we'll go through it just quickly, just in case we didn't. So Wayne said, "Hi guys, just in case you have enough time to fit in running chat this week." The heat last weekend took its toll on my Edinburgh Marathon attempt. Did the first half in 2 hours, but then went off the rails a bit in the last 10k, coming in at 4 hours 16. The baking conditions added about 15 to 20 minutes onto my time, so wasn't to be, unfortunately. Still a fab experience though, and definitely recommend it, but will learn from it. And now on to the next running challenge. So
amazing.
Awesome work, Wayne. Next one is from Not Fast, Not Last, which I think is Jay, isn't it?
That's Jay. Yeah.
And it says, "OMG, I need a copy of that purple CD. I legit stopped mid-interval run listening to this, and I need to update my running playlist. Couldn't agree more about the first Maroon 5 album. Some absolute gems on there. Loving the pod as always, lads." Your purple CD was your mix tape
oh yes,
CD that you put together.
Oh, I can't remember what's on it now, but I had Always on the Run on there and stuff, didn't I? And yeah, that was a good fun CD. Yeah.
Right. Next one is from No Bips Just Bops, and it says, "Couldn't find anyone interesting from my town. Also, all well dead except for one former politician who isn't actually from here anyway. But bottom of the list, Blackbeard's dad. Baptized in a church I can see from the house. Won't be bragging too much though, as after initially sounding cool, I read he was a plantation owner who enslaved people in Jamaica, so I'll be distancing myself from him."
Blackbeard. Wow. Okay.
Blackbeard's dad.
Blackbeard's dad. That sounds like an indie band.
Brilliant. Next one is from Hedge Donkey. And he says, "Imagine if a running scammer took over this channel. We would soon suspect something was not quite right due to the running content and lack of poo stories and 80s music trivia."
We would soon suspect indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. Next one is from Ben Maiden, and he says, "Hi guys, just catching up. I'm so sorry. I listened to 37 minutes and had to turn off to go and listen to some Bryan Adams. Please forgive me."
Oh, what a comment. Love that.
Brilliant. Next one is from Here Comes Bod, and they say, "Love that. Love that as a northerner. I'm about to drop some Bromsgrove knowledge on Andy.
Please."
Tolkien's mum is buried at St. Peter's Church in Bromsgrove.
No
Margaret's
way.
parents are buried there, and I noticed the headstone on one of our visits."
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Most famous people from Preston are probably Sir Tom Finney, Freddie Flintoff, and the Spud Bros.
Who are the Spud Bros?
There's some online what's called content creators who basically, I think they jumped on the bandwagon of Spudman. If you know who that is, the guy from Tamworth who's got the pink Mohican.
No.
No, you don't know who Spudman is? No, okay.
No. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a bit of Googling then.
He's got a jacket potato van in Tamworth, and then started posted on TikTok and
Oh.
Instagram and became massive. And then all of a sudden, loads of jacket potato sellers also became big on social media as well. But there we go. And then the last one is from Nick, and he says 1905 just to complete the set. So that was like a timestamp, I think, from our last pod. And he said, Jimmy Page grew up in a house round the corner from me in Epsom.
Oh,
so we were talking about all
cool.
of Led Zeppelin and where they were all from. Yeah. Jimmy Page grew up just round the corner from him.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty good. But that is the end of the comments.
Well, earlier on, I asked on Instagram what you've been up to or what you got coming up.
Yes.
And a few people have written and they've said, so this is Ian MCF6, who says, Glasgow to Edinburgh ultra training for me. Glad the pod's back to help with the long runs. You're welcome, my friend. Next up was Craig Brooks, who says, I'm grateful that you've had a break. I was 4 episodes behind and I needed to catch up. Tammy333 says, I completed the Giant's Head 10K trail race in June. My first race, and it was very hilly. I don't know much about that, but it sounds horrendous.
Sounds mad. To the Giant's Head.
Wow. It doesn't sound flat, does it?
It doesn't, does it?
So, yeah, very well done if that was your first race. I hope it went well. Running Ben 74 says, Saucony London 10K, Sunday the 12th of July. That sounds like a good one.
Yeah. See, I did that one year when it was called the Essex London 10K.
Right.
And it's now the Saucony London 10K. Yes. The only issue with it is it's not a verified course. So your results won't be on any thing like Power of 10 or anything like that.
Well, it's not on England Athletics?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
It's weird.
I have no idea. But it's a good course. It's through the centre of London. There's just lots of out and backs. So you basically run down one street, round a cone, and back up the street. And then you run down a bit, and then you run down a street, round a cone, and back up. There's about 5 of them.
Right. Okay. So is it a good race with the way you did when you did it?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
You just get to see those. I tell you what, I would like to do one year is the London Landmarks half.
Yes,
that looks like a good race.
Yeah.
But again, it from when I first heard about it 5 years ago to now, it's as bad as the London Marathon for getting in, isn't it?
Yeah,
like, To get a place is really quite hard, I think.
Yeah. But the Saucony London 10K, it goes past Trafalgar Square and all that lot, and you go over one of the bridges, and you come round by Big Ben and Parliament and all that lot. So it is a decent course.
Yeah, that sounds good. Run with Reese has said, I've been waiting for the podcast so I can finally go on a long run. Our man from Ireland, Ryan Close, has said half marathon on Sunday morning.
Oh.
And Davis2542 has said running up Snowdon on Sunday with my running club Stone Master Marathoners.
Awesome.
That's awesome. But remember, don't tell any Welsh people it's
not
called
allowed
Snowdon.
to call it Snowdon, yeah.
Yeah. What he should do is find some hardcore Welsh people and say what they want to do is rename it Snowdon back to its rightful name. Because the Welsh one's too hard to say. See how that goes down. Mortis318 has said, been running, got the Unity 5K in August in Birmingham, and Worcester City runs half in September. See you in Worcester, mate. And Hember, I presume this can only be the one and only.
Do you remember the 21st night of Matt Hember?
Matt Hember has said, the Hember runner has said, Abingdon Marathon training has started. 16 weeks and counting.
Nice.
So that's exciting. And here he is. Our last comment up to date is, I can't read it out. There's too much swearing, but this guy is very, very excited that we're back. And it's fried bacon. It's Sam Bacon, who's very, very excited and has dropped a few profanities in there. So he's
Excellent.
excited that we're back. And also has launched a podcast since we've been away. So
Yes.
if you love a podcast and you're up to date on ours, then go and check out Sam's. Theirs is called The Positive Split.
Yes.
And there's 3 of those guys, and theirs is, I'd say, is a bit more, well, less waffly than ours. I mean, there's a lot of waffle in theirs, which I think we need in a podcast.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
But
it's not a podcast without waffle, is it?
No. So theirs is a lot of leans towards strength and conditioning and all that sort of stuff, and the science of running
and
coaching
all that sort of and things like that.
Yeah. So go and check that out and let them know that we sent you. And I think they were up to date. Now I just wanted to get through a couple of emails if I can.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just start with. We've only got 3 to read actually, and my first one is Nathan. Nathan wrote in on the 23rd of June, so fairly recently. He said, 11 months, 4 PBs and 1 farmer's field. I think I know where this might be going. Lads, I've finally done it. After seeing Andy mention the pod on YouTube last year, I started listening in July 2025, right back at episode 1. Less than a year later, after a serious binge, I'm finally up to date, having listened to every episode. You've kept me entertained through countless long runs, walks and commutes. Like Brett, I was on the start line at London this year, my first London. An injury hit training block meant I fell short of my sub 4, finishing in 4:11, but I absolutely loved it. I signed up for Manchester 2027 almost immediately for another crack at breaking 4. As for performance, I know correlation isn't causation, but since I started listening to the pod 11 months ago, my PBs have gone from 5K 24:07 to 22:56, 10 51:16 to 45:21, half 2:21 to 1:56, and the marathon 5:19 to 4:11.
Oh, yes.
Are you responsible for these improvements? I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I've also got Ilkley Half coming up in a few weeks. I'm targeting 1:45, but a PB will do nicely. And then we've got a new subsection, Poos News. A few years ago, about 9K into a 10K run, disaster struck. There was no chance of making it home, so I dived into a farmer's field and only just avoided christening my new Saucony Speed 2s. The bigger problem came afterwards when I realised I had nothing to wipe with. The solution? Sacrificing my T-shirt, which left me running the final K home topless, like a hybrid rock star. Jews news. I'm now up to 9 pairs in the rotation. Completely ridiculous. Keep it up, lads. It'll be great to have you back after the break. And in the meantime, I'm off to jog Parkrun slowly to protect my PB before Parkrunning the Red Line returns.
Yes.
I missed it the first time round because I only listened to those episodes in Jan. Cheers, Nathan. Nice one, Nath.
Awesome. Cheers, Nathan.
Now
yeah, get signed up. Get an email in.
Yeah, you'll be
answer that question and get your A number in.
Yeah. So Amelia is next. Now, Amelia is one of our Australian correspondents. She says, "Hi, Brett and Andy. Welcome back. We all missed you. Shoes news. Not sponsored by Adidas, but I got my 3rd pair of Adidas SL2. They arrived just in time for my birthday. It's the first time I've brought the same shoe 3 times. It's a very simple shoe, a true workhorse for most of my runs. I took both of my previous pairs to around 1,100K, which is a tad too much, but it speaks to their durability as they don't look too beaten up. I know the Evo SL gets all the hype, but if anyone's looking for a cheaper option, I would highly recommend the SL2.
Yeah, I loved my SL2s.
Now, there is a subsection on the Socceroos. Now, for those, I'm sure this will go on to explain. Victoria's Education Minister, Ben Carroll, has urged schools to allow students to watch the Socceroos World Cup clash against Paraguay on the last day of term. By the time you read this out, we'll know the score and whether Australia managed to go through. They did. Either way, let's just not talk about what I've just watched on my screen.
Oh, no.
Against Egypt. Yeah, they've gone.
Did he go to pens?
Yeah, a couple of them missed, so Egypt are through.
Oh.
I was rooting for Oz as well. I
I
really
know.
wanted to
Yeah,
get
I
through.
wanted them to go through. Oh.
Um, either way, I decided to make some football-inspired fantasy running cards for the both of you. Now, they aren't the greatest of quality, but I got bored at work. And while I'm doing this, Brett, I don't know if you want to log into the email and have a look at the cards for yourself,
Okay.
because they are attached. They aren't the greatest quality, but I got bored at work, and we have endurance, pace, recovery, consistency, strength, and mentality. These are a bit tongue-in-cheek. Don't take them to heart. For Brett, I don't think there are any questions about your end, pack, and men being so high. Rec is lower because he probably doesn't recover as well as he can or should. Just blame the creatine, Amelia.
Okay.
Can't give you anything more than 84 for a man who ran a marathon with a fractured bone. And for Andy, slowly but surely, he's increasing his endurance and is ever so strong mentally to push through. Showed his strength by running 3:10 for the marathon, but can't bump it up any higher than 83 until he starts some S&C. Once again, glad you guys are back. Take care, Amelia. How awesome is
They
that?
are incredible.
No, I'm just going to hold this up to the screen. And Amelia has made us like FIFA, EA kind of style football cards. Look at that.
They are incredible. We will be sharing those on the Instagram.
That is absolutely insane, Amelia. That is amazing. What I would recommend, Amelia, is can you get even more bored at work and do more stuff like this for us? Because this is brilliant. So use your imagination, Amelia. If you want to, we will welcome it. Whatever you can think of. We like this sort of stuff. That's great content. Amelia, lovely to hear from you. We hope that you're well down in Oz. And yeah, great to hear that you found a shoe that you love.
Yes.
The SL2.
Yes,
and go on.
And commiserations for the Socceroos.
Yeah, they've just gone out in the, what would they be, in the last 32. So I don't know how far Australia have ever got before in the World Cup, but yeah, they've done themselves proud this year, and onwards and upwards.
Isn't the World Cup 32 teams normally anyway?
Well, so they've made it harder for themselves because there's more teams in this year. There's 48. And then we've gotten down to a last 32. So they've added a round in. So that's why I'm taking with a pinch of salt anyone who becomes highest, gets a golden boot or the high scorers this year, because they've
got more games.
There's more games and the quality of teams isn't quite as high as usual because there's almost twice as many teams. Anyway, our last email is from Kurt, who I was joined with in the Two Castles run, the 10K. And he says, a race of two halves and two castles. And Kurt says, howdy, boys. You may or may not be back from recording tomorrow. On the off chance that you are, I managed to email before you do. I just wanted to thank you for welcoming me at Two Castles. It was great to catch up with you both, and running alongside Andy was ace. Apologies for disappearing at the end, but my club mates needed my attention a bit more than you, especially as I was driving them home. If I'm honest, I may have had a bit of imposter syndrome as I casually chatted to yourselves and Mom after the race. I think that is genuinely why we run, so we can chat about it after. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I look forward to seeing you again soon, or maybe next year. I'll have my local hilly 6-mile race tomorrow evening, the Whissendine 6, where you get a bottle of beer instead of a medal for finishing. Wish me luck. Try for a bit, Kurt. Try a bit, mate.
Cheers, Kurt.
So, yes. Really nice to meet you at the Two Castles, mate. And we ran for most of it together. And Kurt did really well and came in not long after me. And it's great to see him. And Kurt's done a video of the Two Castles race, which has been covered more times by more cameras than the BBC would cover the London Marathon.
Yeah.
But if you've not seen too much of it and you want to see another angle on, then go and have a look at the Silver Strider on YouTube and go and check out Kurt's version of events. So where does that bring us to? 2:18.
Yes.
And we are up to date.
Yes. So Have you got anything else before we move on to our?
We've done the
thing?
Instagrams, haven't we? We've chatted about that. We're not doing the quiz, which is probably a good thing. Which actually gives me another week to fine tune it because I only wrote it at 20 to 7.
Yeah, and not
I
get
thought
AI
of-
to do your answers. Yeah.
I genuinely didn't. I genuinely came up with all the answers myself.
Okay.
Which is even more worrying for you. But no, that's everything off my list all done.
Cool. Okay. So
Did I mention I went to the dentist? I've put
You
V
did, yeah.
Brave.
you did. Did you get a sticker
Very
afterwards?
I asked the receptionist if I could have a sticker, and
And did-
Laura literally just wanted the ground to swallow her up. Like she's like, so
Did you get one?
Basically pushed me out the door. She's like, "You're having a sticker. Get out." I was
Oh,
like, "Oh, I wanted a sticker," because the kid in front of me at the counter got a bluey sticker.
oh, what?
So I was like, "Oh." I wanted one that says, because remember when I was a kid, I used to go. It used to say, "I was brave at the dentist today."
Yeah.
And I wanted one
Yeah.
of them,
Yeah.
but they didn't have any. So yeah.
He got a bluey sticker. You should have got a bluey sticker for the dads. Bit of
Yeah,
bluey
should
for
have.
dads.
Bit of bluey for dads. So yeah, I've booked myself in for 6 months' time, so I'm looking forward to never going again. So yeah.
Right. So last thing we need to do is the Strava segment.
Always weird. Always
Yep.
weird.
So, brilliant. So
I'm just logging in. I'm logging in.
week, and I need to make an apology because I said on the last pod, I was going to put up on the Instagram page all of the Strava leaderboards over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
And I made a note of everybody who was on top of the Strava leaderboard, and then completely forgot to post it on the Instagram because I'm useless like that. So I will post them like retroactively, but yeah, so they will appear because I've still got all the info. I just need to actually do it. But last week, the leader of distance and in first place with 100.1 miles,
Good lad.
is Adam Mays. So awesome work for that. Yes, that's the sort of thing I like. Yes.
On his Instagram today, he was like, "I love marathon training."
Nice.
And looking at his longest run here was 32k. So what's that, 20 mile?
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's not even like 100 miles with 80 of it as an ultra. It's like that's proper good week of training.
Proper.
In some hot weather.
In second place is somebody with a surname. We've said this before, but somebody with a surname very apt for the World Cup at the moment, and it is Dave Worldy.
Dave Worldy
with 67.2 miles, and in third place is Miles the dog.
Amazing.
With 66.2 miles. So
phenomenal.
Awesome work.
Honourable mention to fifth place.
Yes.
Big Ian Bowdler. Fair play, Ian. Yeah, I think he's training for Race to the Stones, though. So he's getting the long runs in.
Definitely. Yeah. Great work, Ian. He also topped the leaderboard on total running time.
Ah, lovely stuff.
So
that's how you know you're training for an ultra. Yeah, good stuff.
Then our top three for climbing. In first place was James Macken with 4,537 foot. In second place was Leanne Byard with 3,753 foot. And in third place was Richard Godden with 3,376 foot. So our ladies leaderboard for the distance, in first place was Rachel Watson with 45.7 miles. Second was Leanne Byard with 43.7 miles. And third was Dawn Broom with 43.2 miles. Now, because Leanne was second place on the actual leaderboard with the climbing, we have three more on the ladies' leaderboard for the climbing. In first is Jackie Wilson with 3,120 foot. Second was Ash Spedding with 2,185 foot. And third is Kaylee Pickersgill with
Way!
1,726 foot. So awesome work, Kaylee.
Nice one, Kaylee.
So
Good stuff.
great work from everybody there on the leaderboard. And as I say, I promise I will upload the leaderboards from the last few weeks.
Well, we are done. I think we've got some good stuff to look forward to this summer.
Yes.
Especially with if you want to get involved with the Parkrunning the Red Line, there will be a big bumper segment each week where we talk about some of the League of Legends that we have with us who have performed amazingly. So we will come up with the rules and regulations next week. There is no cost. It's all free and you don't need to pay or anything like that. You won't be giving us your personal details or anything.
No.
And
all we need is your name and your A number from your parkrun.
Yeah. So we'll need when you get an email or if you've got the app, you can click on your actual login or your actual account details with Parkrun. And that's how we know we've got the right John Smith, because there could be 100 John Smiths. So we need to know we've got the right one of you.
Yeah. And just to say, there will be an offside rule. And that is if anybody's in front of me, they're offside. So
yeah, there will be a dodgy VAR panel that will award in favour of Brett.
Yeah, and if you've got a toe in front of mine,
you're offside.
Yeah, offside. VAR is going to
intervene.
We're going to scan everybody, and we're going to put a weird digital version of you on a screen, and then put your toe past a invisible wall.
Do you know what would kill you? If my moustache beat your moustache.
Your moustache outdipped mine.
My moustache ain't beating anyone. Look at this. Look at the little slug.
Yeah.
Look at it. It's no good, is it? If I turn sideways, there's not even any depth.
Yeah. Don't go out when there's any wind.
It looks like I've just put some Uncle Ben's rice on my face and just rubbed some mud in it. It looks very poor, I would say. It's not the best, but yeah. I'm enjoying it. I think it might stay. It might stay the course all summer.
Excellent.
I think.
Excellent.
So yeah, there we go. We're all done.
Nice. Right. Well, on that, I will say thank you so much for watching or listening, and we shall see you next week. Cheers, guys.
Cheers all. See you soon.